15 rarest and most powerful German sleeper cars ever made. German engineering has always meant power, but the cars on this list never showed it. They looked ordinary, acted polite, blended into traffic, right up until the moment they unleashed performance no one expected. Hidden V12 missiles turbocharged family sedans and luxury cars that secretly outran supercars. These 15 rare German sleepers didn't just surprise people. They rewrote what quiet performance really means. 15. BMW Alpina B12. The B12 5.7 looked like a standard executive sedan, but anyone who knew Alpina understood this wasn't just another version of the BMW 7 Series. It was a hand-built sleeper designed for high-speed authority, quiet on the outside, devastating underneath the surface. At the core of this machine was a reworked 5.7-liter V12, enlarged from BMW's M73 and tuned with Alpina's precision. Output reached 387 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque, numbers that turned the long-wheelbase sedan into a surprisingly aggressive performer. Paired with a reinforced transmission and revised gearing, the B12 could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds. Impressive for a full-size luxury car weighing over 2 tons. The chassis received equally serious attention. Alpina upgraded suspension components, refined damping, and installed performance-oriented wheels wrapped in bespoke rubber. The result was a sedan that glided at low speeds, yet felt unshakably stable past 150 miles per hour. Steering remained smooth but precise, and high-speed stability was so strong that the B12 became a favorite among Autobahn-focused drivers. Visually, the story stayed subtle. Classic Alpina wheels, discreet badging, and a reserved luxury interior with handcrafted details. Nothing screamed for attention. Today, the Alpina B12 5.7 stands as a rare German sleeper, quietly powerful, massively capable, and built during a time when manufacturers still chased effortless speed instead of efficiency. 14. Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG. On the surface, the early W210 Mercedes E-Class appeared to be a conservative executive sedan, the kind that blended into traffic without raising suspicion. But the pre-facelift E55 AMG carried a level of brute force its appearance never revealed, making it one of Germany's most understated performance machines of the late 1990s. AMG fitted the car with a hand-built 5.4-liter M1 13 naturally aspirated V8, tuned to produce 354 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. Power delivery was instant, smooth, and muscular, allowing the E55 to surge forward with unexpected violence. With its rear-wheel drive layout and responsive 5-speed automatic, it could reach 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds. Numbers shocking for a luxury sedan wearing chrome trim and quiet styling. The chassis brought equal seriousness. AMG revised suspension geometry, stiffened dampers, and upgraded braking hardware to ensure the car stayed composed at Autobahn speeds. Steering was direct, stability was confident, and the E55 maintained a planted feel even when pushed far beyond normal driving. Inside, luxury remained intact. Supportive leather seats, restrained design, and excellent noise isolation. Nothing suggested that this calm interior surrounded a high-performance V8 capable of humiliating dedicated sports cars. The early E55 AMG became a true sleeper simply because it never advertised its strength. Today, it stands as a reminder of an era when power hid behind elegance, delivering speed with dignity rather than drama. 13. Opel Omega Lotus Carlton. This was the sedan that politicians tried to ban and journalists couldn't believe existed. The Opel Omega Lotus, better known as the Lotus Carlton, looked like a respectable executive car, yet it carried enough power to terrify supercars of the early 90s. Under the hood sat a heavily reworked 3.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six, engineered by Lotus to produce a staggering 377 horsepower and 419 pound-feet of torque. Power surged through a 6-speed manual borrowed from the Corvette ZR1, delivering brutal acceleration for a car that looked like it should be driving businessmen, not humiliating Porsches. When pushed, it could hit 60 miles per hour in around 5.2 seconds. Unbelievable for a sedan from its time, but what really made the Lotus Carlton infamous was its top speed, 176 miles per hour. That number caused a national panic in the UK, with newspapers demanding it be outlawed. For regulators, this wasn't a car, it was a social problem. Yet on the road, it behaved with balance and surprising refinement. The chassis tuning, widened stance, and Lotus design suspension allowed it to stay composed even at extreme speeds. Production stayed extremely limited, and by the time the controversy faded, the car was already legendary. The Lotus Carlton didn't just redefine sleepers, it scared an entire government. And if you think that was wild, wait till you see what's coming next. 12. BMW 750iL Highline E38 V12. The BMW 750iL Highline didn't try to impress anyone at first glance, and that restraint was exactly what made it dangerous. This long-wheelbase limousine looked like a calm executive cruiser, yet it quietly carried one of the most refined German powertrains ever fitted to a sleeper. Under the hood lived the M73 5.4-liter V12, a hand-tuned engine built for seamless torque rather than theatrics. Output reached 322 horsepower and 361 pound-feet of torque, delivered with a smooth, almost hydraulic surge that felt nothing like a typical sedan. Despite its size, the 750iL could glide to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds, moving with effortlessness that surprised anyone expecting sluggish luxury. But the Highline specification was where BMW got bold. Rear reclining seats, individual climate zones, footrests, leather-wrapped consoles, and limousine-grade insulation turn this into a rolling suite. Yet even with all that comfort, the chassis never surrendered its discipline. Steering felt precise, suspension remained controlled, and the long wheelbase gave it unshakable stability at Autobahn speeds. Visually, nothing hinted at the V12's authority. No flares, no badges, just quiet confidence. The definition of a German sleeper. If this world of rare machines interests you, consider subscribing. Plenty more hidden legends are on the way. 11. Mercedes-Benz S65 AMG W220. Nobody expected a limousine to behave like this. The first time drivers pushed the throttle of the Mercedes-Benz 65 AMG W220, they realized this wasn't a luxury cruiser pretending to be fast. It was a supercar hiding behind tinted windows. At its core sat a hand-built 6-liter twin-turbo V12, producing 604 horsepower and a monstrous 738 pound-feet of torque. The power delivery felt unreal for a car that weighed as much as a small apartment. Despite its size, the S65 launched from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds. Not with noise or drama, but with a silent, effortless shove that felt impossible for something so refined. AMG reinforced nearly every mechanical component to survive the V12's brute force, from cooling systems to brakes and driveline parts. Even then, the torque pushed the limits of what a luxury sedan could safely handle. Yet visually, the S65 remained calm and understated, blending into traffic like a chauffeur vehicle with secrets. Inside, it was pure business class comfort, soft leather, wood trim, and silence. Only the driver knew how much violence rested beneath that comfort. The W220S65 wasn't rare because people ignored it. It was rare because most never imagined a limousine capable of delivering performance this outrageous without ever raising its voice. 10. Audi A8 W12 D2 D3. The Audi A8 W12 earned its reputation in an unusual way, not through noise, flash, or intimidation, but through refinement so polished that its power felt almost unreal. Nothing about this luxury sedan tried to announce strength, yet its engineering told a very different story once the road opened up. At the center of the car was Audi's compact 6-liter W12 engine, a configuration chosen for smoothness and packaging rather than theatrics. Output ranged from 414 horsepower, depending on generation, supported by a band of torque that arrived without delay. Acceleration was surprisingly forceful for such a quiet machine. pushing the A8 from 0 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 5.1 seconds, while maintaining an effortless, almost serene demeanor. Quattro all-wheel drive gave the sedan a sense of calm authority at speed. It stayed planted on uneven roads, resisted instability in fast corners, and carried its weight with unusual grace. The chassis was tuned to keep the driver relaxed even when the car was traveling far faster than it appeared. Inside, craftsmanship defined everything. Soft leather, precise materials, and an atmosphere designed for long, uninterrupted travel. The A8 W12 didn't disappear because it lacked relevance. It disappeared because the world moved away from engines this excessive, leaving behind a reminder that true sleepers don't need to shout to be unforgettable. Ever seen a luxury car outrun a supercar without even trying? 9. BMW Alpina B3 3.3 E46 Sedan. Quiet streets often hide unexpected machines, and the Alpina B3 3.3 belonged firmly in that category. Its presence never demanded attention. Instead, it blended into everyday traffic with the ease of any standard E46 sedan. Only drivers who understood Alpina's reputation could guess that something far more deliberate was hiding beneath the calm exterior. Power came from a hand-assembled 3.3-liter inline-six, built using strengthened internals and precise balancing that set it apart from BMW's factory engines. Output reached 280 horsepower and 247 pound-feet of torque, delivered with a smoothness that made acceleration feel effortless rather than dramatic. In proper conditions, the B3 reached 60 miles per hour in about 5.7 seconds, quick enough to surprise anyone who assumed it was merely a family sedan. Suspension updates shaped its personality. Alpina chose a blend of composure and compliance, allowing the car to stay settled at speed while still absorbing uneven pavement with confidence. Steering remained consistent and clear, offering control without requiring constant focus. The cabin followed Alpina's understated philosophy, using fine materials and subtle details to enhance comfort without turning the car into a showpiece. Machines like the B3 3.3 rarely stay in the spotlight. They earn respect quietly, remembered by those who appreciate performance delivered with subtlety rather than spectacle. 8. Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG W12. Some performance cars announced their presence instantly, but the C43 AMG preferred to stay unnoticed until the moment its V8 began to work. From a distance, it resembled a tidy compact sedan suited for routine commuting, yet its personality changed completely once the driver asked for more than casual movement. AMG engineers placed a hand-built 4.3-liter V8, an engine known for its durability, torque delivery, and smooth response. It produced 302 horsepower and 302 pound-feet of torque, numbers that allowed the C43 to reach 60 miles per hour in around 5.7 seconds. Power arrived without delay, delivered through a transmission calibrated to emphasize mid-range strength rather than high RPM theatrics. Suspension refinement became a defining element. AMG revised spring rates, damping behavior, and geometry to give the car a planted feel without compromising daily usability. The chassis responded predictably, offering stability at speed and confident cornering characteristics. Steering remained direct, allowing the driver to guide the car with minimal correction. Inside, the cabin balanced subtle sportiness with traditional Mercedes comfort. Supportive seats, purposeful materials, and clean instrumentation created an environment designed for long-distance capability rather than showmanship. What makes the C43 memorable isn't loud styling or exaggerated claims. It's the way it quietly bridged everyday practicality with genuine V8 performance, earning respect from drivers who recognized its understated precision. If you enjoyed this ride, stick around. Hit like and subscribe because the next cars are even rarer and wilder than these. 7. Audi RS3 Sedan 8V early models. Parking beside ordinary compact sedans, the early RS3 rarely attracted second glances. Its proportions blended into city traffic easily, giving almost no clue that Audi had packed a far more serious powertrain beneath its modest exterior lines. A turbocharged 2.5-liter inline-5 engine sat at the core of this sleeper. Its unusual layout created a distinctive pulse while generating 362 horsepower and 343 pound-feet of torque in early production years. That output pushed the RS3 to 60 miles per hour in roughly 4.1 seconds, a figure that placed it ahead of many larger, more expensive performance cars. Power delivery felt immediate, building steadily as the 5-cylinder soundtrack echoed through the cabin. Audi's suspension tuning balanced firmness with daily practicality, allowing the RS3 to move quickly without sacrificing comfort during regular use. Inside, the cabin stayed familiar to anyone who had driven a standard A3, though sport seats and subtle trim shifts hinted at the added capability. Layout, visibility, and ergonomics supported spirited driving without relying on flashy decoration. The RS3 earned its place quietly, proving that compact dimensions and practical design could coexist with genuine performance. Its strength came not from exaggeration, but from the way it elevated everyday usability into something far more deliberate and rewarding. If you could take home just one hidden German powerhouse, which key are you grabbing first? 6. Volkswagen Golf R32 MK4. Many hot hatches tried to look wild to prove their performance, but the Golf R32 took the opposite approach. It carried a calm, almost understated presence. Yet underneath the familiar shape lived one of the most serious performance packages Volkswagen had ever put into a compact body. Its heart was a 3.2-liter, naturally aspirated VR6, delivering 237 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. The power band felt smooth rather than explosive, building momentum with a refined growl unique to Volkswagen's narrow-angle design. When paired with the early dual-clutch DSG transmission or a traditional manual, the R32 could sprint to 60 miles per hour in around 6.2 seconds, a figure that surprised anyone expecting ordinary hatchback performance. The real advantage came from traction. Volkswagen equipped the car with its 4-motion all-wheel drive system, allowing confident launches and stability on uneven roads. Steering remained predictable, turn-in felt steady, and cornering behavior inspired trust rather than hesitation. It carried speed quietly, without the drama often associated with performance-focused compacts. Inside, the R32 elevated the driving environment with deep sports seats, a thicker steering wheel, and purposeful refinement. It felt more mature than many rivals, blending daily usability with a stronger character beneath the surface. This Golf didn't rely on aggressive styling or exaggerated noise. Instead, it delivered capability through control and composure, earning respect from drivers who recognized power wrapped in familiar lines rather than loud promises. 5. Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG S-Wagon. Most family wagons are built to carry groceries and kids, but this one carried a level of force that felt almost unreasonable for its shape. The early E63 AMG S-Wagon was Mercedes' quiet experiment in disguising supercar performance beneath everyday practicality, and the result was far more intense than it appeared at first glance. Its strength came from the handcrafted 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 577 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. Power built instantly, flooding the drivetrain with a surge that felt too violent for a long-roof silhouette. With launch control active, the wagon could explode from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds, a time that embarrassed sports cars costing far more. All-wheel drive transformed its character. Instead of fighting traction, the E63 S-Wagon delivered power with calm precision, gripping through corners with stability rarely found in vehicles designed to carry luggage. Steering remained sharp, suspension tuning felt controlled, yet aggressive, and braking strength matched the engine's ferocity. Inside, luxury dominated. Soft leather, detailed stitching, and a cockpit that mixed comfort with purpose. It was a machine that transported families in silence one moment and unleashed V8 thunder the next. Its unusual blend of speed and subtlety didn't last. Regulations tightened, demand shifted, and the era of high horsepower wagons began to fade. Still, this E63 AMG S-Wagon remains a reminder that true sleepers sometimes hide in the most practical shapes, waiting for the right driver to unlock their full potential. 4. Audi S8 Plus D4. Few luxury sedans manage to hide chaos this effectively. Audi's S8 Plus took a refined executive shell and filled it with performance levels normally reserved for low-slung supercars, creating one of Germany's most deceptive sleepers of its era. Its heartbeat came from the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, pushed by Audi engineers far beyond standard S8 territory. With 605 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque on overboost, acceleration felt relentless, almost mismatched to a sedan wrapped in polished chrome and deep leather. Full throttle launches sent the car to 60 miles per hour in just 3.3 seconds, a number shocking for a machine capable of carrying 5 adults in complete silence. Quattro all-wheel drive made the experience even stranger. Inside, the cabin projected nothing but confidence. Diamond-stitched leather, soft materials, and advanced tech that masked the violence beneath. It was comfort weaponized, built for buyers who wanted speed without spectacle. Short production and rising regulatory pressure limited its lifespan. Today, the S8 Plus stands as one of Germany's quiet assassins. Proof that true sleepers don't need understatement. Sometimes they simply need confidence wrapped in luxury. Do you think German sleepers are engineering genius or supercar nightmares in disguise? 3. BMW 760 Li G12 V12. Power rarely hides this well, yet this long wheelbase flagship moved like something engineered in total secrecy. The BMW 760 Li G12 carried the kind of force you wouldn't expect from a limousine, masking its aggression behind layers of refinement and near-silent operation. Most people assumed it was built only for comfort, right up until the throttle revealed what lay beneath. Its strength came from a 6.6-liter twin-turbo V12, an engine borrowed from BMW's most exclusive performance program. Output reached 610 horsepower, with 590 pound-feet of torque, delivered with eerie smoothness. Acceleration was shockingly direct for a car of its size, pushing the 760 Li to 60 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds. Numbers usually reserved for supercars, not executive cruisers built for the rear seat. Steering felt filtered but accurate, giving the driver confidence without revealing how hard the car was working underneath. Despite its presence, the exterior remained stately and understated. Inside, luxury dominated, but hints of performance, telemetry menus, drive mode depth, and instant torque exposed its true personality. Its rarity came from purpose. Most buyers never sought a limousine with supercar acceleration, making the 760 Li an overlooked titan. Hidden strength, polished manners, and V12 excess turned it into one of Germany's most surprising sleepers. Proof that intimidation sometimes whispers instead of shouting. Did these sleepers blow your mind? Then like and subscribe, or do you want to miss the next one? 2. Mercedes-Benz CLS55 AMG C219. Few cars blended elegance and aggression as cleanly as the Mercedes-Benz CLS55 AMG. With its sleek four-door coupe shape, most people assumed it was built purely for style and comfort. That assumption didn't last long once the supercharged V8 came alive, revealing a level of hidden muscle that defined it as one of Germany's most deceptive performance sedans. Its heart was the hand-built 5.4-liter M113K engine, a unit respected for brutal torque and near-bulletproof reliability. Output reached 469 horsepower with a monstrous 516 pounds-feet of torque, delivered instantly thanks to the Roots-type supercharger. Acceleration was fierce and unexpected, launching this elegant silhouette to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds. Performance far beyond what its appearance suggested. Steering remained composed and predictable, allowing the heavy coupe sedan to corner with surprising control. Inside, leather comfort and soft lighting disguised the power waiting beneath the throttle. Its rarity came from timing. Turbos soon replaced superchargers, and the 55 series era ended. Today, the CLS55 AMG survives as a stylish assassin, beautiful on the surface, devastating when pushed, and one of Germany's most underrated sleepers. 1. Audi RS5 Sportback B9. Most people see the RS5 Sportback as just another premium Audi, blending into traffic with clean styling and quiet confidence. What they rarely notice is how much capability hides beneath that calm exterior. The B9 RS5 Sportback was engineered as a discreet high-performance weapon, delivering supercar-level response without drawing unnecessary attention. Its power came from a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 developed in collaboration with Porsche. Output reached 444 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque, delivered with immediate urgency thanks to lightning-quick turbo spool. Launches felt surgical, controlled, repeatable, and shockingly fast, sending the RS5 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds while sounding more refined than raw. Steering felt precise without nervousness, and the chassis balanced comfort with aggression in a way that rewarded both highway cruising and backroad commitment. Inside, the cabin mixed luxury with driver-focused ergonomics, hiding capability behind leather and quiet refinement. Today, the RS5 Sportback remains one of the most quietly dangerous German sleepers, respected by those who understand what's really hiding under its calm, elegant surface. German sleepers aren't just cars, they're silent assassins built to look ordinary while destroying anything that dares line up next to them. Some use monstrous V12 power, others hid turbocharged chaos under family-friendly shells, and a few became legends without making any noise at all. So tell me, which one of these rare German beasts would you take home, and which one never deserved to be street legal? Drop your answers in the comments. And for more hidden legends like these, hit like, subscribe, and tell us what secret machines you want next.